Hi everybody, it's Jimenez Lai here. Today we're going to talk about pareidolia and how we see faces and bodies on inanimate objects, including clouds, rocks, toasts, and architecture. What is pareidolia? If you, like me, see a bearded man inside of this cat's ear, you're not hallucinating. Don't worry, it means you are exercising one of humanity's greatest psychological tools. You're able to see bodies and faces in everything. Here's the thing about evolutionary theory. The more we learn about our ancient cousins, including Neanderthals, the more we know that their cranial capacity may at times be larger than ours. The success of Homo sapiens isn't just about our intelligence. No, we are social animals. We've come this far because we are really good at knowing when to run and who to cooperate with by reading people's faces. Think of this as a form of visual telepathy. Being able to instantaneously identify a friend or a foe within a split second is a matter of survival. Over the past 300,000 years, we have developed such nuanced ways to read details of people's body languages and facial expressions, so efficient and expert. We apply this ability onto piles of rocks. Take these two rock formations, for example. On the left, you see a pile of rocks in Epinal, France, and on the right, a different piece of rock in Yelu, Taiwan. What do you see? A person? A queen? A ghost? This is the magical part about pareidolia. We don't just find bodies or faces. We somehow assign character, identity, gender, or sometimes even personality onto non-living things. We give these things names. We make up stories about them. This tendency to claim rocks, mountains, trees, or other things in nature to create a sense of identity or belonging exists in almost every single culture out there in the world. They are so much more than just rocks. They become powerful sources of local folklores, as they may even play a part in the mythologization of a civilization. We form this type of unbreakable bond with inanimate objects by the faces they make or the bodies we see, and in turn we transform them into cultural symbols and landmarks. So, how much does it take for pareidolia to be triggered? It doesn't take much. A few lines, a shadow, a few dots. Suddenly there's a face. I already care about this box or these outlets. They are cute. When photos of the Cydonia region on Mars were released by NASA in 1976, people really wondered if this is a sign that a Martian civilization is out there. Nope, just our brains, connecting the dots. But architecture isn't just accidents of perception. Sometimes it speaks to us on purpose. How have architects considered our anthropomorphic relationship with buildings? Robert Venturi and Denise Scott Brown developed a discourse in their careers where they talked about architecture as ducks or decorator sheds. Architecture is a semiotic device. In other words, architecture communicates. As a non-verbal form of language, architecture is the oversized, occupiable, constructed language that we can walk into. Sometimes buildings tell us exactly what they are through text, signs, ornaments, graphics, but other times the shapes communicate. The Big Duck, for example, which was built in 1930, is a building that looks like a duck that sells ducks. Simple, literal, exact. However, sometimes architecture communicates in indirect and non-exact ways. In his seminal project titled Victims, architect John Haydock produced a series of fictional buildings as characters. A keeper of records, the musician, the toll taker. These are some of the names that Haydock gave to his mysterious cast of characters. These buildings contain clues, including arm-like protrusions, mask-like windows, or hair-like roofs. But Haydock doesn't spell it out. Like cloud watching, you see what you want to see. He gives you the space for your imagination to complete the picture. Yet, pareidolia in architecture isn't only about faces, but also about bodies. Architect Louis Sullivan, a key figure in the Chicago school and a pioneer of tall buildings, described a tripartite stack: bottom, middle, top. Bottom being the atrium, the podium, the plinth, the middle being the repeatable typical plans, and a crown at the top. This is an idea that Austrian architect Adolf Loos took further in his 1922 Chicago Tribune competition, where he submitted a scaled-up translation of a tripartite, a Doric column complete with a base, shaft, capital. Base, shaft, capital, each word owing their etymological roots to a body part of a human. In the history of art, there are countless examples of people studying body postures. Here, we see three bodies from left to right. Their body languages say something about who they are: a cordial person, a relaxed, confident individual, and an intense character. This is why I sometimes wonder, is the reason why I find the massing of Seattle Public Library so relaxing because I see a tripartite stack performing in contrapposto? Why should architects and designers care about pareidolia? Because Pareidolia allows us to fall in love with buildings. It's how cities become ours. A skyline isn't just buildings, it's a cast of characters. We are so proud of them that we print them on t-shirts, we give them names, we give them narratives and legends. Just like naming a mountain or a rock formation, we mythologize our built environment. Not through what it says, but through how it reads. What's beautiful here is how architecture and communication meet. Buildings don't behave like languages, yet they say so much more about the culture and the society they belong to. Like friendly giants, buildings with mysterious qualities trigger pareidolia as we name them, rely on them to call a place home. It's a powerful reminder for contemporary architects and designers. We don't just design containers, we design companions. Your audience may see what you want to see. Trust them, give them clues, and cloud watch together. So next time, when you see a building that lets you daydream, pause, remember it, don't rush it, name it, adopt it as your own asylum partner in your city. Because you have the power of pareidolia. You see stories where others see structure. You find meaning in the mute. And these buildings, they're counting on you to bring them to life. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please consider a like, share, or subscribe. Let us know in the comments below which buildings has looked back at you recently. And remember, every pile of rock tells a story, especially ones making faces.